again. His herm's about to kill another beat. It's bona fide until I die. Rocking with an army fleet MCs. Rapping nowadays really ain't that hard to beat. I'm the shit like Hartman's cheeks. You're just trash garbage heap. There's a little part of me that doesn't wanna put him down. Arguing with artistry, I'm bringing heat every round. I know that I gotta win. Had to perfect the sound flow cold like a...
Alright, so this might be the introduction to another low budget film by yours truly. I am currently installing the over fenders using rib nuts or nut stirrers, whatever you want to call them. Let's see. So there's these things. I actually got some with a little knurl on them just to keep them from spinning eventually. Like that. And then basically this is how I did it. I had two people hold the fender in place. I already had previous holes from when I installed them on the previous S14. Center punched two of them. So this one and then the one in the corner. Installed. Pushed again. Did this one and then that corner one. Installed again. Now I'm going to do probably these two. I'm going to keep working my way till I do all of them. Alright, so the lighting in here is kind of shitty because of the sun. But these are the rib nuts that I'm installing to hold the over fenders in place. That way I can take them off whenever I need to just clean down here or just look at this for no reason, I guess. So yeah, make the hole a pilot hole, then make it the size of the rib nut so it's in there tight, and then you're gonna get it, spin this onto here. See how it spins on there? The handle. You stick it in there. Now make sure it's tight. You guys know, the tighter the better. But then you squeeze the shit out of this. I'm gonna be able to do this with one hand, so let me try, I guess. But I'm not left-handed. Squeeze the shit out of it. I'm trying to do my right hand. Right hand's the good hand. Alright. And then you just back it out. Sometimes if you have room, you can just spin the whole handle like this off and it will walk its way out, but otherwise you gotta do it with this. Just spin out. And then you obviously use a bolt, that thread, to install your over fenders on. And these are knurled, so that way they don't spin out. My old ones were not knurled, and some of them did end up spinning out. Like on the Z, some of them are spinning out right now. But that's a problem for future me. Alright, next weekend, I think, from last time I was talking to you guys about installing the over fenders. These things are installed 100%. All the rib nuts are in place now. I gotta do some little fiberglass on them later on, but for the most part they're mounted on flush. For example, I didn't use this hole this time. I made a new hole, so I need to fill this thing up, or I might just leave it for the painter to do it. These ones on the corner, if anyone's doing it the way I'm doing it, I guess, I put washers behind it so it's spaced out. Otherwise they end up being too tight and they end up cracking a lot faster because of the fitment here. So these are spaced out currently, like they're not tight all the way, but I end up putting a couple washers behind it so it's tight but not flush. That should make sense. I was cutting up the front, still am cutting up the front, something like this, something like that. It looks kind of gross right now, but Fab Shop should come through for me and be able to make this look nice. Let's see. Mounted up the fender, mocked up with the side skirts just for some self-motivation, because sometimes you need that. You need to remind yourself what the end goal is going to look like, which, I mean, I already know what it's going to look like, but, you know, just something about seeing it in person just gets you a little hype. Fitment is pretty spot on. I mean, imagine 500 pounds in the front of this thing with a motor in it. It'll drop down, and this has been sitting for a while, but it's going to be on point again. Fender to lip up front, tucking in the rear. I'm stoked actually now that I'm talking about it. So right, today, going to be hammer time. big boy hammer and torch time. I am going to end up hammering the frame above here. Let me take off this side screw real quick. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So side skirt is off, and now fender is off. So we are going to hammer away at this frame right here. Pound it up, hammer all this shit in, and just go to town, honestly. Alright, first session done of pounding away. Got most of this shit flat. This got beat up a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna clean this up. Like this section, it looks a little nicer, but honestly, I kind of like the reinforced, how it's kind of like double layered now in the way. And most of this is gonna end up rubbing through. But once I figure out that I have the most clearance possible, I am gonna paint all this like the new, just undercoating black, have the paint shop paint it while it's still fresh, so it looks a little better, at least for a little bit, because I know it's a wheel just gonna end up rubbing through it. Up here, I'm sure you guys remember how it looked before. It was a little more blockish. Now it's more flattish. Gotta do a little more hammering, but at this point I'm going to put the wheels back on, turn them back side to side and see where it hits, so I can cut and hammer away some more. This side too. It's all flat up now. I'm gonna keep doing that, just keep working it. Alrighty then, let's see. I think I have enough clearance this way towards the back now. But a little while ago I had it on the ground and I turned it that way, and then I ended up hitting all this shit right here, which is now gone. This part is gonna get cleaned up a little bit because I don't like the way it I cut slits in it too, and then I hammered it like I did on this side, but I don't like the way it ended up coming out. Just kind of wrinkled it and made it look kind of gross, honestly. But I do like that it has somewhere where the harness can sit on now. So, you know, that's for later touch up. It is all cut out. Same on the other side. You can see these things need a shit ton of clearance, and I'm hoping that's it. But my guess is I'm gonna need to chop off this section right here too. So yeah, so like I said earlier, looks like I have clearance all right here. It's obviously gonna hit the harness right here, but I'm gonna do my old license plate technique here to protect this. Show you what I mean by that. Have clearance up here, so it should be that way. The only thing that's keeping it from going more back is this side. But like I said, I'm gonna need to chop this shit up here, and then I'm gonna need to go into start cutting up in here now. But it is what it is. I know I have to cut. I'm just trying to cut as minimal as possible, but no way around it. Need to chop. I'm gonna turn the other way so I can see where I'm gonna need to cut up here on this side. And then we'll go from there. This way is actually not that bad, actually. I can get away with all this shit on this side. And I got clearance back here for days now, buddy. So yeah, it looks like this way is good. Clearance wise, might need to cut a little bit up here, just a little bit. Same on that side. I'm gonna turn it away the other way around so I can just make sure. But besides that, it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, my bad. Dying out here, but clearance it out with some more. I'm not sure if I showed this part, but get some more cutting, some pounding. Everything turns both ways now. I mean, for as low as the car's gonna be, it's not bad turning radius. But it could be a little better, which I am gonna work on. But for now, this is kind of the part where it got me last time. Fenders mounted up with every bolt. None of that. I'm gonna skip every other bolt like I did last time. Every single bolt that's supposed to be on the fender is on it. the one up there, and the one that goes in from the bottom, from the inside, that way. S14 guys will know. Maybe S13 guys too, but so that's it. Timer's on both sides. I do need to run a tap through some of these and I'll probably get matching bolts just so they all look, you know, nicer, and it looks like we try. It looks like we're trying, you know. But yeah, I mean, even then, like I said, this fitment will be on point once the motor's in it, because that's where you're gonna get the fender to lip on point. But now I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod, and I'm gonna turn the steering wheel so y'all people can see what kind of clearance I got here.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
Here you guys go. Saw the fitment. Spicy. But yeah, I'm gonna mount the hood so I can line up these panels a little better. There's no point to it besides just me. I just want to see the car semi-complete right now. But really no point to it. I'm gonna mount the hood, see if it lines up. I can make it line up, or probably drill the holes for the, so I can make the holes for the quick latches, and then maybe see if I can mock up the lights. I don't think I will, because these are Zenki bars, and do it the right way, you would need the Koki version of these. Otherwise you have to drill new holes, but we'll see about that part when we get there. Just before I ended the video, I cleaned up the garage a little bit and then put the rest of the kit on it. Just wanted to show you guys, if anyone's curious. The only thing missing right now is the grill and the rear spoiler, and I think the center tail light. Yeah, but everything's mocked up. Rear bumper, side skirts, they're just on there, and hell yeah, this thing's looking fucking dope. I just want to show you guys that, but that's it.
I'm living and I'm feeling great. I know I got you hooked on fishing, fixing up a dinner plate, coming with your dominance. Now it's just Herms. If you know, then you know I've always had a way with words. Writing verses is a destiny. Others say a curse. If I'm spitting, that's a warning. I'm confident when at work. I'm coming with your dominance. Now it's just Herms. If you know, then you know I've always had a way with words. Writing verses is a destiny. Others say a curse. If I'm spitting, that's a warning. I'm confident.